Welcome to the weekend end.
So it's October. Mm-hmm. We're getting closer and closer to Halloween every day. It's the month of monsters. We already talked about some monsters last week, but you may have noticed an absence from the coolest monsters we talked about last week.
Dragons.
And that was dragons, which are my favorite of all animals. So we have a whole episode devoted to them. We're going to talk about some of the coolest dragons in TV and film, and then we're going to rank them and see which one's the coolest and which one's the worst. So first off, we've got the Hungarian Horntail from Harry Potter. This is a really cool looking dragon. All the spikes, the tattered outlook on his wings. The two jets of fire is a cool kind of look there.
It's a very scary dragon. He's got kind of a hedgehog dragon thing going on. Very prickly.
You wouldn't want to ride him, that's for sure. No. There's not really a good space on there, but
it's good stuff to hold on to. But other than that,
it was pretty cool. And that was an awesome scene, seeing Harry Potter take that on and in the Triwizard tournament. So that's definitely a contender. Actually, before we go on, there's an interesting fact. I don't know if anyone knows. So we've got the Harry Potter poster on the back, and the the Hogwarts poster. The Hogwarts school crest is Draco Dormiens Nuncom Titilandus, which means don't tickle sleeping dragons in Latin. So, little fact, you learn something new every day.
There you go.
So next one,
I would recommend tickling dragons.
I've got to say probably my favorite, Smaug or Smaug from The Hobbit.
Smaug.
This is just the coolest dragon, I think. I mean, I love the amount of time that they took bringing this to life. I'm a big fan of dragons, so you have to do a dragon right in a movie or a TV show if it's in the books or whatever. And I was a little bit concerned about this. I was like, they better get it right. And boy, did they. And
they got
Benedict Cumberbatch's voice just works so well.
His mannerisms, watching him crawl around on the floor.
Yeah, they made it work so well.
Where are you? Yeah.
And you can see, we got pictures, I loved how his neck glowed as the fire was coming up. That was a really cool feature.
Fire belly and
his eye was super. Goodness. I love the detail on that. So cool.
Even in the first Hobbit movie, where all you see is his eye open, was all right, you got me.
You see how big he is compared to, I think, like a Boeing 747 or whatnot.
Yeah,
Smaug is huge.
This guy is a beast.
And a close up of his face and his teeth and everything. He's got a really good job.
Out of all the dragons on this list, I feel like, probably he has one of the most the personalities as far as a dragon. He's got such a character to him. Because I think he's the only one on this list who can talk. Falkor might be able to talk. Well, and
I think Pete
and Saphira.
No, Saphira.
Yeah, never mind. I was wrong.
I don't know. That's spoilers for later. I can't remember.
I don't think of the new one. I don't think of the animated.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the animated. But because that's one of the classic things about dragons is it depends on which one you're going, but kind of classic is they talk, they're cunning, they
have a treasure trove. As big as this dragon is, his treasure is.
And so sometimes Eastern dragons are a little more benevolent and kind of wise and talking, and Western dragons are more vicious. But Smaug kind of exemplifies both of them in that he's got the smarts and cunning of an Eastern dragon, and some of the themes of him, and then also Western look and the gold and all that type of stuff.
And even just looking at this picture here of his face, it's such a character shot. You can see everything about Smaug just in his eyes and his smile and the I don't know. It's just the
he's
detail.
Not just a beast.
Right.
You can tell that
the Hungarian Horntail is just
a personality. You can tell that he's almost a person. Dragons are people too.
That's right. Dragons have feelings.
Okay, so next on the list, Game of Thrones. Whatever your thoughts are about that show, there's one thing we can agree on is that there are awesome dragons on that show.
Awesome dragons.
So I looked up some images, and Drogue, I believe, is one of the main dragons on that show. And so there's some images of him here. just look at how impressive he looks. He's got quite a wingspan. The coloring is really cool. The orange on there.
Yeah, it's almost a fiery.
You can see he's pretty big. I don't think he's as big as Smaug because, I mean, compared to a human head, like, you know, if Smaug's bigger than a Boeing jet, that's not bigger. He wouldn't be able to fit inside there if that was a cockpit, right? The spikes are kind of similar to the Hungarian horntail.
I noticed that, and they kind of grow out from the scales. They're kind of like smaller, and then getting
which is
like at first they're like scale spikes, and then they turn into actually like horns, and
This, I really like his frills, too. They're very kind of lizard-like, which is a good... You have to combine a lot of different elements to create a dragon.
The kind of the Spinosaur sort of thing going down the neck.
That's pretty cool. And then the shot of him burning a whole path is just pretty cool.
Very impressive.
That reminds me of like the shot of Smaug.
Dragons at the
him like burning the Dale or the river city and then crawling through it. That was pretty cool.
He is... As well as, I think all three of the dragons on the list so far have been wyverns, in that they don't have any forelegs.
Yeah.
They only have wings.
Yep.
Wings with like claws that they can use to kind of climb and walk. But we haven't seen any, and I don't remember
any of the more traditional European, which is four
which
legs
is
and
the
also
foreleg
wings.
like this.
Which the next one is. So the next one is Saphira from Aragon, which was a really great book series and a pretty disappointing movie. I think we can all agree. Not the coolest dragon, I think, on film, but she was still pretty cool. They had
very unique, very different type of dragon. She
had sort of a feather looking, which is sort of similar to like an amphitheater type of dragon, which has feathery wings. Which I thought was kind of cool to make it a little bit different than like the typical bat-like wings. Same thing with Smaug. Like her face, she looks like an intelligent character instead of just a beast, right? You can see here kind of size comparison.
Very soft, and this is just the first movie, and she does grow. I recently finished reading the last book, and she's a lot bigger. Definitely not the biggest dragon. I think actually out of all of them, she's one of the smaller. Very like soft, soft features, very like friendly, and yet still intimidating, as you can see in this picture here.
Her dragon armor was really cool. That was one redeeming feature. She looked really cool with the dragon armor on, and I kind of like the idea of like a dragon with extra armor on.
That helped this movie, but not enough.
And you can tell his sword there, that's not blood on it. He doesn't have a bloody sword. We're not showing you gore.
That's right.
His sword was just red. That was like the thing about his sword in that movie. All right, next on the list is from the great movie Dragonheart. We have the dragon Draco.
Isn't it Sean Connery
who voices
him?
You might be right.
I think.
I mean, this one. I mean, it's okay maybe for the time.
Yeah, it's not. I don't like the face.
He looks really heavy though. I don't think his wings are big enough to support him.
Yeah. He does look like a very heavy dragon. It's not. Yeah, it's
he
really
also
not,
looks like a character, like not like a mad beast kind of.
I don't remember when he looks like a Muppet.
He does.
I don't remember when this movie came out. It might have been.
There's him breathing fire.
I remember seeing this growing up, and this was one of our favorite movies.
I love how the fire is not even lined up with his mouth.
Yeah, it's like coming out of his nostrils or like from his eyes or something. It's like
need to line up your fire effects, guys.
Technology's come so far.
But definitely not the strongest contender.
No.
Next one, now I've never actually seen the Neverending Story.
Don't judge.
And
hey,
probably
we've been very busy
in
various points in our lives. All right,
not now, but other times.
I mean, we're doing this now, but we've been very busy in the past.
But Falkor is, I believe, like the luck dragon from there or something like that.
Okay. He looks like
just looks like a dog.
Yeah, he looks like
pretty much
big poodle.
Yeah, with like he's very got the
not gonna lie, he's kind of scary.
Yeah. You can see he's got some teeth, and he's kind of got the mustachy whiskers of kind of an Eastern dragon. And in other shots, he's really long and lithe.
He looks like a friendly dragon.
Yeah,
he does. A nice dragon. I don't know if he's able to breathe fire or anything.
Yeah, I don't know. He seems like he'd be.
Sorry, we didn't do our research on this one.
This is more about
research. I mean, watch the movie.
Yeah. All right. Next dragon is Pete's dragon from Pete and the Magic Dragon.
Pete's dragon. I think it's Pete's dragon.
The new version, I think, did pretty well. It's kind of interesting that it went with a furry look. Kind of makes him look more friendly and more like a dragon that you would want to be your best friend instead of the scaly scary beast.
Hard. Yeah.
The ability that he could like turn invisible was kind of cool.
Yeah.
definitely an upgrade from the original Beast Dragon, I think, for sure.
Yeah.
So, and he has got the 4 legs and wings.
He doesn't have
too.
the purple mohawk or the or not
the mop top.
mop top rather, or the tiny purple wings and the. But
and last on our list, but definitely not least, is what I was trying to say, is Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Now we could probably do a whole episode just on dragons from How to Train Your Dragon. That was a great series.
Maybe we will.
That has who knows, maybe.
Keep watching.
Had so many cool different types of dragons with different personalities and like quirks and stuff like that. But I think out of those, Toothless is probably the coolest.
I have to agree.
Very unique and kind of original, like with his like laser bolt blast and the retractable teeth.
Yeah.
Also, like
his
cute.
eyes. Yeah, I was just noticing. Yeah, his eyes are like very like he kind of goes from like dog to cat kind of between his eyes, and his eyes become slits, like you can see in the picture here where he's flying him. He looks very intimidating and angry, but then down here he looks like a puppy.
Also, like the multiple fins that he has are multiple wings, and then the replaced one at the bottom there, striking an epic hero pose.
There's an image in the second one. Is that just How to Train Your Dragon too?
Where he's like lights up and
he's kind of like his like ultimate mode or whatever, and his like spine lights up, and then
like his nostrils
before like
blue, and
that was pretty cool. That's pretty amazing to kind of see some of his hidden power and yeah.
Well, so we've looked through all these. Let's really quickly rank them.
Yeah.
Let's start best. I'm going Smaug. I think he's the best. I mean, I'm gonna argue that hardcore. But what are you thinking?
I feel like there's not really much of a contender.
I mean, I feel like
there's some other good ones, but I think
he's probably one of the older ones too. Because like his book series,
I feel like a lot of dragons are based off of him in different ways, and he kind of brought that's like kind of a classic dragon, you know, with a horde and the kind of greedy dragon and evil and.
I would say worst. I'm gonna go to worst dragon would probably be between Falkor or Draco.
Yeah.
I mean, not having seen the Neverending Story, maybe we'll put Falkor second to last.
That's what I was kind of thinking.
Put Draco last. Give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll re-rank this after we actually watch it. Next coolest, I would probably say between Drogon and Hungarian Horntail.
Yeah. I would probably say Drogon.
I would say Drogon, and then probably say, did you say Toothless after that?
Yeah, probably Toothless.
And then Hungarian Horntail. And then probably Saphira.
And then probably Pete's Dragon.
And then Falkor.
And then
Draco. And then animated Pete's Dragon.
all the way to the bottom. He's like,
well, that's our ranking for the coolest dragons in film and TV. If we missed one of your favorites, let us know in the comments down below.
Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And we will see you next Monday morning.